Thank you everyone for joining today. We felt that it was needed to start having those Zoom live AMA community calls, right? So we can share with you more about what's in the making from 360 Wellness and DEFIT point of view, and as well as having more proximity with you and taking any questions. So we're gonna go through a 30-minute presentation. As you can see here today, well, I'm Kevin, the CEO of the company. Cyril as well is here, who is our company CPO. Jennifer as well, a client success manager who is managing all the instructors and ensuring that we grow together with them. And Denise, that many of you already know as our company CDO and DEFIT project head. So let's go right into it. Our company mission is simple, yet has two very strong brands today. 360 Wellness, where we aim to empower wellness worldwide and making it affordable and accessible anyone, anywhere, through the power of online fitness. Online fitness has been booming before COVID, but even more since the first lockdown last year, where people had to find alternative ways to actually stay fit and healthy at home or anywhere they are. And we saw a great opportunity building that wellness marketplace for anyone to be able to turn their home into their own at-home fitness studio. We've been launching DEFIT with the intention to bring the fitness world onto the blockchain by integrating our own native coin within the 360 Wellness ecosystem. But that's probably just a start for DEFIT. I was talking about the application 360 Wellness, and as an athlete myself, I've been using a lot of platforms in the past, some to track my training load, training intensity, some to track my nutrition, some to track my mental health, and some apps for meditation and practicing mental strength. And I just started with that idea of bringing everything into one place, creating the first wellness tracker where one can track how well they train, eat, feel, and sleep all in one place. And that's the very first mission that I started with 1.5 years ago. And Cyril came into the picture in January last year as he's a sports scientist, and I have developed that wellness tracker and bringing it to life to be adaptive and evolutive to anyone and making the journey, the wellness journey of anyone meaningful. You have a lot of applications like ClassPass or others today where you just join one-off live events without even understanding how does this fit into your program and into your journey. So by connecting all of those activities to a wellness tracker, we're connecting the dots and making one's journey meaningful. We built that unique wellness marketplace around it. So the 360 tracker is actually the first 360 dimension, which is all around the user with the 4 pillars of wellness: train, eat, feel, and sleep, and get a personalized wellness score. But the second 360 dimension is about bringing everything that one needs on his wellness journey. So finding a coach or an instructor with the live classes marketplace that we've built, finding sports and apparel brands that you need as well for your practice, finding your next challenge with a race directory, finding what's the next 10K race or triathlon or anything that you want to be part of, and the social aspect to motivate yourself, encourage others, and share your successes. And we are now into building that second 360 dimensions with the health and fitness professional marketplace, which is built, and that we're going to soon start to scale. And we are now already laying the foundations for bringing the brands onto the product itself. And we started already having a few partnerships with sport fitness apparel brands, swimwear brands, and now we are talking to a lot of other companies supplying sport accessories, connected wearables, even. The marketplace that we've built is to empower the millions of health and fitness professionals out there. There's a lot of online coaching platforms that just offer them a closed environment where they pay a subscription and they can invite their clients and manage them over. The problem is that it fixed the technology issue, but not the marketing issue. Most of the instructors come from a sport background and actually are not tech or marketing savvy and don't know how, even if they succeed in building a website, how they're going to actually drive traffic onto it and acquire new clients. By joining 360 Wellness, we just make technology easy for them. We give them a digital space where they can exist by themselves with their own brands, their own team of instructors, and delivering their own type of services that they want to build. Giving them that place where they can exist and operate their business on day-to-day operations. How are they going to operate their business? Well, because the mobile app is only the consumer product, but the web app that you can see here is what we have been building since we launched the mobile application in October. Just before we launched the mobile application, we did a B2B outreach campaign, contacting a health and fitness professional and offering them to be an early adopter of the platform. We've had a tremendous support and traction around what we were building. And within 5 days, we already had enough instructors to launch the product and start all the beta phase with them, conducting user interviews for building the web application that's going to meet and fulfill all the unmet needs today with whatever platform is out there. So the web app is actually a very powerful solution, as you can see, within the one that we've built a lot of mini apps. So you have your main dashboard, and then you can install the mini apps that you need. For example, the company mini app, which is going to be created in my company profile. I'm going to install the scheduling, the calendar mini app, where I'm going to schedule my classes and publish them directly into 360 Wellness mobile app. But we also have a finance module where a coach can actually see all the revenue and all the transaction made and organize the payout directly to their account or redistribution to their team of instructors' accounts. But we don't actually stop there. What's beautiful with the way we've built that web app is that we're going to be able to continuously build new mini app within that ecosystem. For example, the shop. Many of the coaches say, I have my own product merchandise. I have my own caps. I have my own t-shirts. And could I actually sell it through the app to my users? And the answer is yes. We're going to build all of those mini apps. And the comparison may not be right, but somehow it is. I look at Tesla. What Tesla did amazingly well is that anytime, wherever your car is in the world, they can push a new update, right? They are the only car manufacturer today that can actually update your car after you bought it without having to take it for the after-sales service. And it's the same thing with that web app. Once the web app is launched, we're going to be able to launch new mini apps that the coach is going to see overnight. A new app has appeared, and that's going to continuously upgrade their experience and help them further growing their business. From the company highlight perspective, many of you already know we are a Singapore headquartered company. I've been living in Singapore myself for 7 years until I've quit my job as the head of product management and engineering for the ZF Group, second largest car parts manufacturer in the world. And I founded 360 Sports in Singapore. A few months ago, I moved back to France, and I'm so proud to announce to you today that we just opened our first business unit in Europe. We've opened it in partnership with the French Tech, BPI France. We have a local incubator, the Technopole Heliopark, that we are now part of, and with the support of the Chamber of Commerce as well. This is a major step for us, not only because it's our first business unit that's going to allow us to grow the operations in the European market, but also because BPI France is actually co-investing in our project, which is going to bring us a lot more funding that's going to help us to scale more rapidly, hiring people and building a team plan of 10 staff in France over the next couple of months. So the next big steps for us as a company is number one, the web app delivery. We've been building the web app for the last 6 months, and we are now in the final QA stage. I know many of you say there isn't many instructors out there. We're like, yes, we know, because we are not onboarding new instructors until we have the web app. We had tremendous traction, and we are receiving every day 2 or 3 emails through the website or direct messages on Telegram from instructors in the US, in the Netherlands, in Germany, in Singapore that wants to be part of it. We are just registering them at the moment on the waiting list, and we will be inviting them to be the first to actually hop onto the new web app as soon as it's being launched. Once the web app is launched, we actually have a team in India of 4 people ready to kickstart our B2B outreach campaign. Each of those team members can contact up to 2,000 health and fitness professionals per month. With 4 staff full time, we're going to be able to contact 8,000. And if I refer back to the operations we organized in September last year with a 5% conversion rate, I let you do the math, but that's going to be crazy. Expanding the 360 Wellness operations in Europe with a new business unit, but I'm also very proud to tell you that we have closed our seed round equity funding a couple of weeks ago. And among our angel investors, one is actually a member of the board at the Dubai Active Show. And they are extremely interested. That person has a lot of fitness businesses in the Middle East, as well as a nutrition brand, and recently closed the deal to own the brand UFC Gym for the Middle East. And we are currently discussing a licensing agreement for the Middle East and North African countries, where we will be operating out of Singapore for the Asian market, out of France for the European market, and our partner in Dubai and Kuwait will be operating the MENA region. We are also looking at establishing some strong DEFIT partnership within the sport, fitness, and the healthcare industry. In fact, at this stage, I think DEFIT became way bigger than 360 Wellness is at the moment. Since we listed a week ago, we've had huge traction from people running businesses in the sport and fitness industry who actually are very keen to establish partnership with us, but also to invest in DEFIT. So we are no longer seeing DEFIT as being just part of the 360 Wellness ecosystem. We are now seeing 360 Wellness as just being the first adopter of DEFIT as a way and a credible alternative to proceed services, fitness services payment through the ecosystem of 360 Wellness. But what we are building and what we are working on right now is to establish partnerships in many other segments with people willing and extremely interested to adopt DEFIT as well. Talking about the team, we are very blessed to have an amazing team. We actually over 40 people right now across 12 countries. As you can see on the core team, there is some new faces there that we didn't have in the light paper as we are preparing to scale. So Marie has joined us as a human resources manager as we prepare now to hire a lot of people in France with our BPI partnership. And Yasser just recently joined us as well as a UI UX specialist, working with Cyril on the next product UI UX flow, especially for a DEFIT wallet integration onto 360 Wellness. But we also have our designers, Axel Prox, who is our B2B partner, equity invested as well in 360 Wellness, our blogger, Yasmin and Shweta, who are doing a fantastic job publishing 2 blogs about wellness a week, getting a lot of tractions as well, and our technology partners. You have to know that we have at the moment 8 engineers full-time on the mobile application to develop the upcoming features. But we also have actually 8 engineers full-time on the web app doing the full QA testing at the moment. And our technology partners are also equity invested in 360 Wellness, because what we aim to do is building long-term relationship with every stakeholders. Another very important one are strategic partners. Launching a coin is a thing, but having the proper ecosystem foundations to make it a success is another. And as we worked on establishing a strong partnership on 360 Wellness, we just have done the same for DEFIT. We have hired and are now working with Luna PR as our lead marketing and PR agency. As you probably know, we are the
I'm not sure if it's just for me or you're breaking up.
Project. Sorry for that. I'm up for everybody.
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. So second project launched by the YFDI Launchpad, and we are also a Ferrum incubated company benefiting from the wide experience that the Ferrum team has had and advisory on stacking technology that Denise may talk about later, as well as establishing strong partnerships to support our vision of developing and bringing mass adoption of the DEFIT token by the fitness world and bringing that fitness large community onto the blockchain. But we also have a very strong team of crypto influencers. You may have not heard or seen all of them yet, but you have already seen that Crypto Sarah, the Wonder Girl, Wendy O, Blackbird, BitBoy have already featured us in some of their videos and already covering a project. And you might probably see a lot more coming in the next few weeks. Now I'm going to pass it on to Denise. That's going to take you through the roadmap and milestone from DEFIT as you all ask for more information and focus on our milestone for this call today. Your turn, Dennis.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so we saw your request, guys, and we see that yes, you do want to have a bit more detail of where we're going in our roadmap and our milestones. So you can go to the next slide, Kevin. Yeah. So just to start, we'll go back on our milestones, just what we of course accomplished so far. So we got of course a contract deployment. The light paper release was done. Our smart contract audit was with YFDI, and they made sure that we had to do it through blockchain concilium. So some of you here and who are maybe watching this as well in the recording may not know our partnership with actually YFDI and Ferrum, but the process to get on board with them on their sales launchpad is quite stringent, right? So we had to make sure we were doing an audit. We had our KYC of all our core team members, and also smart contracts were covered there. Ferrum Advisory Services. So the partnership was announced when we actually talked to them about a month ago, and also Luna PR partnership, which Kevin discussed previously. So of course we had our sale on YFDI Launchpad with Uniswap and SafeSwap liquidity added. So that was coming into April, and now we're here, and we've actually already been on CoinGecko. We're getting onto that circulating supply. I mean, we're chasing them for that information rights so that can get out. But of course, these things do take some time from their side to verify. Same's going for CMC too, right? And then, of course, we're already listed on Blockfolio and Delta listings too. And of course, we wanted to get our data updated for EtherScan as well. So all those things are in process and moving forward. And of course, we are here now on our first AMA Zoom live series, and we want to be sort of doing this every couple of weeks, or at least when some big events do happen, we can come back and talk about it with you guys, and share what's been going on behind the scenes as well, because we want to keep the communication flowing, right? And of course, the staking platform. So yes, I will be detailing a few of those announcements, and actually right after this call with Theron, we're going to be giving the whole announcement, at least of when exactly it's going to be. So stay tuned for that. We've got also our online feedback product roadmap. So this is a first, at least from what I can see in the whole industry, where I think we have shared it already with a few of our internal groups. But what you'll be able to do here is actually vote and put your feedback into which features of the app you want to be a priority. Instead of just giving you guys a roadmap to say, okay, that's good and all, but can I give any input or votes, right? Because right now we're not there yet to create a governance token yet, right? So that's something else we want to plan for too. But at least we can have something for you guys to have an online feedback platform to give us all that information, and we can actually tweak and change what we want to be doing in the mobile app, and also what we're doing on DEFIT side too. Coming into not only May, but Luna PR are already rolling out some things with the marketing campaign. We are getting in touch with influencers out there, TikTok, and we've got a pretty super influencer who's connecting us with a lot of celebrities, right? So there's definitely some big names out there. I won't share too much right now because those details haven't been finalized, but I think a lot of people will definitely know some of the names that we're looking at, and that'll be really exciting when we get to share that information. As Kevin mentioned, the web app will be launched, hopefully in the next month, so definitely in Q2. And onboarding of coaches and influencers as well will be followed by the web app launch, right? So we can't bring them on yet until we have that platform nice and ready. Cyril will be mentioning a bit about our connected wearables integration onto the mobile app, and he'll go into that in a couple more slides. And finally, into Q2, late Q2 and Q3 and Q4. These dates, still need to be put in place, exactly, because we don't know when we can get the first DEX or first SEX, right? Because we're having those discussions with those people already. I'm talking to a few CEOs out there, especially for DEX and SEX. But those conversations are ongoing, right? And we have to see which one's the best deal, which will happen. On the cross-chain integrations, we have mentioned, Binance and Polkadot, but we don't want to just be looking at one or the other, right? I'm in talks with, I think they're a top 300, 350 coin out there right now. And, their vision is to have, companies come on their platform and have not only Binance Smart Chain or Huobi Chain or, a number of other coin chains, but ongoing every chain out there, right? That's what we want to be building so that we connect with all those users on all the other chains too, right? That's really amazing in the sense that we don't have to worry about those integrations going forward, and all those users will see the DEFIT token on all those chains as well. So that's why that can take still quite a bit of time, but we want to have that foundation in place so that, when we are ready for that, it'll be a huge development there to really connect us with a lot of users. And then we've got the DEFIT wallet launch. We're aligning with Theron right now because they've got a great wallet. We want to see exactly if, some parts of that can really come into our wallet. And as I say, like what is it? We're actually like, bringing some of that infrastructure already into our app so that we don't have to reinvent the whole wheel. And that would be really good to maybe even speed up the process instead of maybe Q3, maybe a bit earlier than that, we could actually launch something, right? And then finally, we have the DEFIT NFTs. So that's more looking into a more long-term plan there, more so later in the year too. Okay, yeah. So here's the announcement for the staking pools. We've got 3 different pools with Ethereum, right? So the first one, I mean, you can see up here is the Weekend Warrior. This is the VIP pool, so it's going to be 65% APY. This is for 90 days only, right? And the pool size is 300,000. Then there's going to be our pump pool. So this is a lower API rate of 45% over 90 days, again with 300,000 max cap. And then we got our beast mode pool with 25% APY across 60 days, right? And then I think it's 250,000 pool size. Actually, the minimum requirement that shouldn't be there, but it should be 0. It's going to be no minimum and no maximum on that. Yeah. So that's our announcement staking pools. More details of that will follow on the day, and that will be coming early next week too.
Great, thank you, Dennis. Maybe Cyril is going to come in now and take you through the product roadmap on 360 Wellness.
Yes, thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Dennis. Hello, everyone. My name is Cyril Schmidt. I'm the Chief Product Officer of 360 Wellness, and I'm going to give you an overview of the product, where we are and where we go. So here you see on the left, it's the mobile app. And in pink, you have the current developments. So from the top, we are finalizing the connected wearables. I'm going to come back on it with another slide. We have a big feature dedicated to the chat, specifically a V1 between coaches and clients. We are going to have a V2 starting in June between clients, a chat from client to client. We have a third one, which is in development to allow every type of classes, because as you know now, we only propose to the user live classes, and the idea is also to bring on-site classes, so you can directly and physically join the class of your coach next to your place. You will be able to book a coach for a one-to-one session if you want to. We are also finalizing Google Payment, which is an in-app payment method similar to in-app for Apple, which is already developed. And we have a few other features like the referral system, for example. So the idea is you invite a friend and you are rewarded for this. In purple, you have the key big features which are on the roadmap. So a social wall starting in September. And here the idea is not only to be able to follow a coach or follow a friend or to post an image or a video, it's also to be able to do a wellness challenge, which is very important for us, because the idea is as you do a wellness challenge, you are rewarded for the accomplishment of this, the completion of this challenge in crypto, in DEFIT coins. At the bottom, you have also 2 big features, the crypto wallet, which is illustrated on the left, at least one screen. So the crypto wallet, the idea is to be able to transfer your coins from the mobile app to the on-site, to the website, and from the website to the mobile app, and to be able to earn DEFIT coins doing wellness challenges, or to spend DEFIT coins doing live classes or on-site classes is if the coach wants or is open to receive DEFIT coins. And the last one at the bottom is the B2B feature. And here the idea is to be able to use the current product we already have now and to allow companies to link their system to our system to be able to propose live classes to their employers. So for example, they want to keep them fit or they want to do team building, and they just connect their system to 360 Wellness and they use the classes of the coach they want. So this is for the mobile.
Yeah, I'm just going to add something onto that B2B because there is that API connection that you mentioned. We have been approached by one of the largest co-working space in Asia that have an app for their members, right? So they can use this app to buy a coffee or book a meeting room. And they approach us saying, we want to be the future of the workplace. And it will be amazing that within our app, they can not only book the meeting rooms and buy a coffee, but they could actually also book a live class while booking the meeting room. So this has been a huge potential for us that we are still exploring with them. And beside that, there is the white labeling. As deurbanization is happening, home working is becoming mainstream. The companies need to find new ways of keeping talents and attracting talents to their companies. And the wellness in the workplace has been becoming more and more important. So we could very well imagine giving a white label solution to a company, changing our purple gradient, put their logo, giving them a multi-tenant management dashboard with their employees only, and the company is topping up, let's say, €20 worth of DEFIT amounts in a wallet that the employee can use to take meditation, yoga, fitness class at home. And any unused credit will just go back to the company wallet that they can bring over to the next month. And that is something like huge. Imagine my previous company had 185,000 employees. Imagine what that will be paying $20 a month for each of his employees. That's the B2B roadmap coming.
Thanks, Kevin. Here is a web app roadmap. So on the left, in pink, you see the 5 features or mini app that Kevin has described previously. So shortly, the company features enable a coach to create, administrate, invite coaches, and create the company. Clients module enable to invite new clients, manage the clients, ask the client to follow the company. Classes module enable a coach to create, edit on-site or live classes in his calendar. On-demand feature enable a coach to let the clients know about his availability. So for example, I am free from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then any client can book me for a one-to-one session. This is the purpose of on-demand. And finance module, the V1 is the ability to manage the money which is coming and the payouts we want to do to the client that belongs to the company. The V2 of finances at the bottom of the screen is about the crypto part. So the idea is not only to be able to manage euros or dollars, but also coins, since clients are going to be able to pay in coins. And then we have the chat feature. We have the shop that Kevin has described previously to be able to sell a product, a clothes, an ebook, everything the coach wants to sell through the app. And then we will be able also to do remote coaching later this year, and a promote feature to be able to pay if I want to promote my own business. So this is for the web app roadmap.
Awesome. Everything that Cyril has put here in the purple gradient is UI UX done and already backlog created for the development team in the making. Everything which is blue is where Cyril and our UI UX designers are now conceptualizing the flow and the design. So we pretty much well prepared when it comes to all the past modules that have been already designed and the development, and are moving on to the blue features that we are designing now to be implementing towards the end of Q2, Q3.
The last feature, the last slide for the product part. Oops,
Sorry for that. I messed up. You're back on.
Is about just showing you what it can look like, the connected wearables, because it's a very important feature for everyone, just to synchronize his sleep duration to the 360 wellness tracker, or synchronize the fitness activities with the fitness tracker. So on the left, you can see that we have not 3, but 4 targets. We have Fitbit, we have Garmin Connect, Polar, and Suunto. And then will come Apple as well. And on the middle, you can see quickly what it can look like after a given fitness activity. For example, you go running, you have your statistics, you can see the GPS map, you can see the evolution of your pace, etc. So it's the analytics. And on the right side, the idea is to let you know that every activities you are going to do will feed your fitness tracker. So it's totally automatized, integrated, and you don't have to put it manually as it's the case today. And just last one thing, in the chat of this meeting, I've added a few minutes ago the link of the roadmap. You can access and vote for any feature you like, from nice to have to very important according to you. You can add a comment, and it's much more detailed than the roadmap I've presented to you now.
Thank you so much, Cyril, and I can't wait to ditch my Garmin and Strava account for good. And connected wearable is what we started with beginning of last year. We paused the job because we wanted to focus on live virtual classes due to the pandemic, which gave us a huge traction. And now we are just going back into finishing the connected wearables integration. We have a strong partnership with Zone 5 Ventures, one of the leading company out there, working with half of the Tour de France peloton, and we have the experience into doing that. So it's an ambitious goal that we've got, but we're really building an amazing tracker and community oriented towards sport, fitness, and wellness. That is all that we wanted to present to you today, and I suggest now that we open for any question that you may have for the next 20 minutes.
Hey Kevin, let me start. It's Jerome. It says Zirkits in the chat. That's how you pronounce it, by the way. Zirkits. Regarding the existing businesses that you have on the waiting list. The ones that you have in the waiting list for coaches or influencers that you cannot onboard yet because the web app is not done yet. Do they have existing businesses, and can you give us a sense of the sizes of these businesses? And then the other part of the question is, are you going? Is your deal with these coaches include marketing for them on the platform? And also for us, like, it'll be good for us to see the kinds of profiles of these coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. So they do have clients. So the powerful thing that we're making now is that let me use Singapore as an example, because Singapore is kind of like out of the pandemic already. All of these instructors were making 100% of their revenue with PT sessions, boot camps, on-site training. And when the first lockdown happened, well, they lost 100% of their revenue, and they shifted to online fitness, where making 100% of their revenue online. Now Singapore has reopened everything, phase 3. They are back in the gym, but they still kept about 30-40% of the online business, having a more diversified activity now with what they call the hardcore Zoomers, those people that just love it so much because it's time efficient, it's cost efficient, and they don't need to spend time in, commute, going to the place for the training and coming back. So their business now is 60% back on site, 30-40% still online. The power of the web app that we're having right now is that not only we have an amazing seamless integration of the live classes in 360 Wellness, but the web app is going to allow them to come and operate the entire business, not only bringing the online business, but actually bringing the entire business. When it comes to the average revenue that those people are making right now with the existing clients, so there is the top, right? So I have a good friend of mine, personal trainer in Singapore, is making $1,000 per month in personal training sessions. He hired another 2 instructors working for him. So as a company, they're making around 150K a year. Now they are doing both online and on-site, right? The problem today is that when they scale the business, it becomes really hard to actually run it efficiently. And they're looking at, should I hire a COO? And I'm like, well, with our web app, which we built together, you're not going to need a CEO because everything is going to be integrated and you're going to be able to run your operations, manage your team of instructors very easily. So that's one business bringing $150,000 of annual transactions through 360 Wellness. But that's the high range. We've done some statistics. The average instructor revenue is about $2,200 per month. So all of those people already have their clients, are just looking for an all-in-one solution to administrate them and bring their clients over. When it comes to marketing, we have a small DEFIT token welcome gift, depending on the size of their clientele and how many people they're bringing over into 360 Wellness. They will be credited into DEFIT tokens. DEFIT tokens that are not for free because they're going to be locked until they fulfill certain conditions. So they need to bring enough clients and enough revenue, which is how many times the DEFIT coin value, Denise?
It's, yeah, about 10 times.
10 times. So you're getting your DEFIT coin allocation. And once you have made 10 times the DEFIT coin value revenue through 360 Wellness, you can claim your tokens. So basically, we are also bringing every single instructor, regardless of being a large influencer or basically an average instructor, they're gonna already be on the blockchain because they're gonna own some DEFIT coins. And those people are also going to promote it as they already do. Many of our early instructors are promoting on their social media with an average of 1,000 followers on Instagram or Facebook, posting about 360 Wellness and their upcoming live classes, which is expanding significantly the outreach of our marketing with this B2B2C model.
Awesome, thank you.
Welcome. I'm sharing my screen, so I can't see the chat. Denise, I rely on you to pick any questions through the chat.
Yeah, sure. What is DEFIT's token role in the 360 Wellness company, and how big is this role?
That's
right.
for you.
So, yeah, I can take that. So, yeah, we got, I mean, quite a number of use cases behind that, right? Of course, we got the staking and all the benefits we get from pretty much people buying the tokens and actually using them on the 360 Wellness app, right? So with more people using the DEFIT token within the mobile application, you know, the higher profits we get. And in that sense, we will have a burning mechanism where the more tokens and profit we make that comes back to the 360 Wellness company will be able to be used for burning DEFIT tokens going forward, right? So it's really about what Kevin talked about, how, you know, there's a full integration between both companies, right? You know, one can't really live without the other right now because of just how big DEFIT is and 360 Wellness is the application right at this moment, right? So the role with DEFIT tokens is massive right now, right? Kevin mentioned that, you know, it's probably much bigger on the DEFIT side, especially how much interest we're getting, not only from other companies, but, you know, influencers and even celebrities that, you know, are looking to do NFTs or be aligned with companies with, you know, especially a huge goal in mind, right? And fitness is the best way to do that. So, you know, we do believe, you know, it's a huge role to play with the 360 Wellness company. And you can see in our presentation that, you know, they're blended pretty much together, right? They are two separate entities, but one really can't live without the other going forward. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. If you have any follow-up questions, that will be great.
I have a question about the milestones. There's a slide where the web app launch and onboarding is on the May column, I believe, but then the bullet point itself said Q2, and Q2 ends in June, right? So is it really going to be done on May or on June?
Well, Q2 technically is our April, May, and June, right?
Yes.
Well, if you have worked in technology, and I believe you have,
yes,
you know, it's very hard to commit to a deadline for good when it comes to developing such a platform, right? Because it's such a complex environment and logic behind that it's not that easy to code. This said, we started the development of the web app in October. We designed it in September, October, started the building phase in October. Now we are in final QA stage. So we no longer are in the building phase, but we are in QA testing. We're having 3 calls a week. I can see Cyril scratching his head. We're having 3 QA calls a week with the whole engineering team to debug all the features and be able to roll it out as soon as possible. So confidently, yes, within the month of May, it's going to be launched. Now, if it's the first day of May or the 30th of May, I can't really, you know, commit on that deadline. Well, I wish they committed to me and I could be committing to you. But we are very, very close. It's the last mile. And as soon as this web app is being launched, we're gonna throw an event to invite all the people registered on the waiting list already. And we're gonna activate our B2B team in India for the massive outreach campaign. We have the goal to hit, you know, whether we start in May or we start in June, the outreach campaign with a technology that has been built and is ready to scale, which is the most important thing to us. I believe we can achieve over 1,000 instructors by the end of the year. And our business plan is based on that number.
That's great. Yeah, I just wanted clarity for the rest of, you know, whoever's going to watch this, because crypto people, they're like, oh, you said it's going to be this month and, you know, it's still not happening, right? So just wanted the expectations set there. If I may, since I'm talking right now, I have one more question about the staking, or maybe this is not the time to answer it. When you posted the APYs for the 90 days, for example, I think it said 65%. So the principal is locked in, but would the rewards be withdrawable at any time, or do you have to wait for the maturity of that term as well?
Denise, that's a question for you.
Sorry, yeah, I think it just cut out for me for a second. Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, so you know how the 90-day, for example, I think it's the Weekend Warrior one. It said, well, I'm assuming, you know, you lock it in for 90 days. The reward is 65%. Are the rewards locked in as well? Like you cannot take them out until maturity, or can you withdraw at least the reward portion?
So there are, so good question. There are some early rewards based off each of them. I mean, those details we will share with you guys. But yeah, each of them has slightly different early reward percentages and also maturity reward percentages. So beast mode, you know, it's small as cap DEFIT. There's a reward of just over, I think, 10 to 11,000 tokens. Pump pool is the next one. It's up to, I think, 33 or 34,000 tokens. And then Weekend Warrior DIP is the next level. I think it's up to 48,000 tokens total rewards, right? And there's also early rewards there. So we're getting, yeah, we're gonna, of course, announce all those details with Ferrum. They've written pretty much an article on this, and you know, you will get all those specifics, which we'll be announcing soon. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, that's going to be the round one staking, but definitely more rounds will be coming.
Yeah, so Kevin, we've got a question. Can we turn off our background so we can see the mess behind us? Oh, this is our real offices over here. Cyril and Jen are in the back. So yeah.
Yeah, working from home, huh?
Okay, great. I don't think there's any more questions, unless, yeah, any last minute ones we got here. Yeah.
This is great. Thanks for hosting these.
Yeah, sure. We'll definitely try to do these, you know, especially when certain events do happen, or as Kevin likes to say, you know, if we go through quite a bit of a rush or busy period, then we want to, of course, recap and give you guys the information so that the communication line is open, right? And you guys know what's happening behind the scenes.
And we are still very early. I mean, again, now we launched like we listed 9 days ago. We are still an early community. So we're very happy to be able to put such an event where it can be, you know, very interactive and allowing you to come in and ask direct questions to us. Maybe at some point of time, it's going to have to be, you know, Twitch or YouTube live stream. But we will always try to organize small groups with our community members to actually get more communication and, yeah, the flow going and getting some feedback. But thank you everyone for coming in today. I hope we managed to give you some better visibility and clarity on what's coming, as well as confidence into what we are doing. The team is growing. The traction is huge. We have a lot of private investors and partnerships in discussions right now. Now we cherish every single DEFIT coin. So we're not just, you know, easily closing deals, giving away value that will potentially limit us further down the road for much bigger opportunities, right? So we thank you for your patience. We have a lot of discussions going on. When it's gonna come in, it's gonna blow. But it's important that we consider how big that can become and that we don't just give in easily on deals at the moment. I wish you all to have a fantastic weekend. We'll record that and share with the community, and looking forward to chat with you later on our Telegram community.